Hello, Elle. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine. A good day. In my opinion, a good day. And you?
Okay, that's something good. Well, I'm doing great today. Thank you for asking. So I'm ready to start today. Well, we will wait a little moment for your classmates, so then we can
Okay.
continue. We can start, and all of them can listen to it. Okay. I already sent a
Okay.
message on the WhatsApp group, so maybe they will come a little bit fast. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
So tell me, how was your day?
Excuse me.
How was your day?
Uh, I different activities. Is normal my day. I receive patient. Okay. Okay. He's receive psychology. Quiero ver si. Pacientes of the psychologistic in different hours. I play video games. It's for my active relaxing. My principal activity for relax. I go to the gyms in the afternoon.
Okay.
Previ- I usually cooking. My routine is very. I think so. It's very boring because it's not.
Okay.
Is I don't have change. I search or receive or check different projects for psychologistic, for NGO or another activist opportunity for consultor. Uh, it's my day. I
Okay,
think
but
so. It's very boring, but for me, it's interesting. Eh, I happy.
well, I consider that's the most important thing, that you feel happy and you feel comfortable with the activities you do. Okay, so that's
Yeah,
something nice.
yeah. I think so. Is the in the world is it's important you felt. In my case, I working for different organization, national government, NGO, but this is is the principal moment de evaluar. Okay, I felt happy, I felt boring, when I felt stressful. But I
Okay.
prefer is more money, but in my case, I working online, I working independent. In general, the opinion is in Spanish is emprendedor, but
Mm.
the is more money, but I felt happy. But is for me is I working in interesting for me. I I don't crash my sería values, my personal values
Okay.
and my porque in different work for I comment I have different experience. For example, I work for Kona. Uh, is in the case situation, I felt frustrated because the
Mm.
organization, the protection child, the child protection is very bad. More
Okay.
more corruption, and in my case, I technical psychologistic evaluator, but the reality moment in the organization is more corruption. Uh, I remember for me, all day felt frustrated and different emotion, but it's not really the the structure, the comment, the design, the objective, the principal objective, the child protection, but in the reality is uh, political interesting in general. Yeah, I
Okay.
resume.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay, that's something nice, Elle. Thank you for sharing about some of the activities that you do at work. Actually, I'm really, well, this is really interesting that you mentioned different experiences that you have already had before. But now, okay, so you have the opportunity to work on your, but I mean, now you have the opportunity to work with your own values and with the activities that you like to do. So that's the most important thing. Well, guys, I would like to continue talking about this, but it's time to start. So thank you for coming, guys. Francisco, how are you today?
I'm fine, teacher.
Okay, that's something nice. Give me a second, guys. Okay, thank you for sharing, Francisco. That's something good. What about you, Diego? How are you today?
Hi, teacher. Good evening. Well, I've been fine. Uh, a little bit busy, but we
Oh,
are here.
because of work or any other place you study, or if you study, I mean.
Yes, yes, for the university.
Oh, university. I'm really sorry, Diego, but thank you for being here in the class. Okay, that's something nice that you come and practice. Okay, so I'm happy to have you here. What about you, Griselda? How are you today?
Good evening. I'm very good. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you for coming. And Doris, how are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good night. Good evening. I'm very good.
Okay, very good. Thank you for coming, Doris. Nice to listen to you guys. Well, I can listen to all of you, so it's something good. Guys, I'm sorry we are going to start a class right now because we were talking about different things with Elle because we were the first two people in the class. Okay, so thank you for coming, everybody. We will start today, and as you can see, our class for today, guys, it's about, well, the first activity of our class, everybody, it's about historical places. Before we start, I want to know if you have any idea about these places. So what are these places? Let's ask Francisco, okay? I think Francisco know about these places. Francisco, tell me, do you know any of these places?
Yes, teacher. I know some places.
Okay, can you tell me or can you name some of them?
Okay. The first one I think is the Coliseum, the Coliseum Romans,
Okay.
and the next would be the Chinese Wall.
Uh-huh.
And well, and the other maybe would be the Judas Wall that was situated in Jerusalem,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and the Machu Picchu, the left side, the Eiffel Towers,
Uh-huh.
and the I think it's Tenochtitlan, maybe in Mexico, maybe could be,
Okay.
or Chichen Itza. I don't know.
Good one. Okay, great. Okay, so you know
I
a
like to read. I like to read
okay,
history.
that's something nice. Well, Francisco, this is something interesting. I have never listened anyone who said that like reading. So you're the first person, but I like it. Well, Francisco, now that you mentioned this, well, you said that you like history. So I have a question for you. Maybe you can help. Tell me, please, Francisco, what did people do in the Coliseum in the past? Do you know?
Well, okay. The history tells about the gladiators, or maybe the
That's right.
Colosseum was used to show how kills people inside. They play games, killing killing people. That was crazy.
Uh, Yeah, that's something nice, Francisco. So I can see that you know about history, and that's something really good. Okay, thank you for sharing, Francisco. Yes,
Okay.
guys, it sounds like a kind of insane, but that's true, guys. Okay, so the history said that in the past, people, well, people went to the Coliseum to see a gladiators fights and also some shows in which the purpose was to kill people, right? So also they history said that it was common that people fight against people fought against lions. So it was kind of crazy, guys, but people went to the Coliseum because they really like to watch those kind of events. We don't know why, everybody, but this is really interesting. Okay, very good. Thank you, Francisco, for sharing. And I also wanted to talk about it because it's one of the things that I really one of the things or the reasons why I really like these kind of topics. Well, let's continue. I want to listen now to a girl. Let's see, Griselda. Griselda, do you know these places or do you know any of these places?
Yes. I visited the Coliseo and the Torre and the Eiffel Tower.
You visited?
Yes.
Really?
The last year in August for my birthday, I visited and I like the Torre, the Eiffel Tower because my dream um, was visited.
Okay, well, that's something really amazing, okay? That you mentioned, well, that you visited these places. Tell me,
Yes.
well, you visited two places, okay? The Colosseum and the Eiffel Tower.
But
Can
I
you
visited
uh-huh.
Rome, um, Paris, and Barcelona.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question, Griselda. Tell me, what is something important about the Eiffel Tower that you know?
um, the Eiffel Tower, see the can I see for all city and
Okay, uh-huh.
and the is considered the tower for love.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's very romantic.
Okay, good. Yeah, guys.
And
Continue. I'm sorry.
uh, and you can um, in the um, in the when the you can dar un paseo
Oh, you can go for a ride or for a
for
tour?
a ride and a tour and yacht or in the tour spot already alrededor de
Around?
la torre, around the tower.
Okay, that's something really good. Well, actually, I asked you because of the information that you said at the beginning about the tower, that it is, well, it is considered a very romantic place. So very, very nice. Okay, it's really nice to have, well, I consider that that's a really great experience. So thank you for
Yes.
sharing, Griselda.
Okay.
Let's continue with another boy. Today, I want to listen to Diego. Diego, hello. Tell me, what do you know about these places?
Hello. Uh, well, I'm not an expert, but
Okay.
but I imagine that the Chinese wall. I don't know if I can say it like that.
Yeah, that's the right
Maybe
name.
it was constructed to protect some empire or something like that. Uh, but I don't know.
Actually,
um,
Actually, I am not sure about the history of the Chinese Wall, but that's something good. Okay, I will read about it.
Yes,
I will read about it
yes,
because I don't know too much about the Chinese Wall, but it's a very a, a very famous place that you can visit, or may well, yes, you can visit, of course, and also that it has history, right? So very good job. Thank you
yes, yes.
for sharing about this, Diego. The Chinese Wall. That's something really good. What about the other place? Well, other places, Doris. Do you know any of this?
No, teacher, just in maybe pictures in the internet or in the books.
Ah, okay, but have you ever read about any of this?
Ah, I know the same as my classmate. Sorry.
Ah, okay, the same. Okay, but no problem. Pretty good. What about you, Ele? Have you ever read or see any of these places?
Yeah, I read for for example, the wall lamentation or lamentation war,
The Wailing Wall.
wailing wall, the wailing wall, because this is important and the place is important for different religion, the speciality, the speciality the Judaism or Judíos,
Uh-huh.
but
The Jewish.
the Jewish, Jewish and Christian, but it is the place for wailing to God, but is the place for visit is a stricter visit for uh, I go the people who visit the Israel or Israel,
Okay,
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
but is
Uh-huh.
the or another place is Machu Picchu in
Uh-huh.
Peru. It is I think so is good place, but I really I in my plans, in my personal plan is visit the Machu Picchu, but I think so the walk for 2 hours in the mountain I don't like. But
Ah,
it's
okay.
only people it's only for people for picture. But is for me it's un trip interesting for the the visit place for the culture, another place for the Christian place is the como Coliseum, Roman Coliseum, but is the place the gladiator, but another activity is the sacrifice the Christian people, the persecution is the religious is more is the place is more important, but in my opinion is the people defines your faith or fight defense of your fight is only for me is interesting, but is another place oh tower Eiffel Tower is romantic place for proposition the married and but I think so I listen different comments for France then especially for Paris it's more rats but it's don't like the I I don't like rats I felt bad is how do you
So
say
you are afraid of heights?
yeah it's
Ah,
yeah
me
I
too.
don't
I'm sorry.
yeah it's I don't like rats. Is the I comment I listen to different comments for the Paris small rats, big rats. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Uh,
Dele. Is
yes.
continue, please.
Dele. What
Rat.
is that, Dele? Dele. Okay.
It's the motion, teacher.
Okay, okay. So what can you say about this, Chris?
In the alcantarilla,
Griselda.
in the alcantarilla, have rats, but no in all place. Hay como alcantarillas al descubierto, así como pasan como ríos, pero no hay muchas, o sea, pero no en todos los lugares, no in all places.
Okay, that's why that's the reason of the Ratatouille movie.
What?
That's the reason. Okay, because the rats, you can see the rats over there, so that's why people created Ratatouille movie. Maybe, right?
Yes, maybe.
Okay. Well, guys, it's something really good to talk about this kind of, well, as I told you, I really like this kind of topics. And it's really interesting that that you know about this and that we can talk about different details about these places. As you could see, one thing that they have in common, all of these places have in common, is that they have history. And that's why, everybody, we will try to talk about some of these places. And of course, guys, we need to study a grammar tense or a grammar point. What's our grammar point for today, everybody? It's passive voice, okay? We will check, guys, what is passive voice today, and we will try to practice and create some examples, okay? To start with this part, I want to listen to Doris. So Doris, please help me out reading this point, okay?
Okay, teacher. Passive voice. It's used when the focus is on the action. Is it not important or not known, however, who or what is doing the action? Some examples, active voice, the dog eats meat. And passive voice, meat is eaten by the dog.
Great. Thank you for reading, Doris. Pay attention to the examples, guys. As you can see in the first example, we have a sentence as we learned, okay? As we learned grammar. Subject, verb, complement. The dog eats meat. This example, as you see, is in simple present. So as you see, everybody, we have a structure of simple present as we learned simple present in basic levels, okay? The dog eats meat. In this opportunity, guys, something important in the sentence when we use the passive voice is not the action, okay? The action is important when we create sentences in active voice. But today, everybody, remember, our class is not about active voice. Our class, it's about passive voice. So the action is not important. What is important, everybody, is the receiver of the action. So what is the action that the object receives? Okay, let's see the explanation. Okay, it's used when the focus is on the action. I'm sorry, guys, that the focus is on the action, but it is not important the one who does the action. If the sentence says, I eat meat, okay, great. But in passive voice, it's not important if I do the action or not. The important thing, guys, is the action and the receiver, the one or the thing that receives the action, okay? In this case, meat is eaten. So meat is the receiver, eaten is the action, okay? We will check this, everybody, in a moment in our next examples, okay? Let's pay attention to it, guys. Okay, first of all, we have to check, everybody, the use of active voice and passive voice. So what is the structure difference? Help me out with this, Diego. Read the two structures.
Okay. The structure for the active voice, for example, the dog eats meat, is subject plus verb plus complement. And the structure for the passive voice, for example, meat is eaten by the dog, is subject plus verb to be plus past participle plus by plus the agent.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Diego, for reading. Well, something that we have to pay attention to, everybody, is the next thing, okay? The common structure of a sentence in active voice can be considered like this, or can be explained like this. The verb, sorry, the subject, okay? The subject plus the verb plus the object, okay? That's the structure that is generally used in active voice. Subject, verb, and the object or complement. In passive voice, everybody, we have to change the position of subject and object, okay? Why? Because in the passive voice sentence, the agent or the one who does the action is not important. The two things that are important is the action and the receiver of the action. So in this case, everybody, we change the position of the subject and the object, okay? Look at examples. In the examples, everybody, we have, oh, give me a second. The dog eats meat. But if you check the example in passive voice, we have the dog, or we have the subject at the end of the sentence. Why? Because it's not important, okay? The subject, everybody, or the agent, the person or the animal who does the action is not important in passive voice. The two things that are important or more important in the passive voice sentence are the receiver and the action. And that's it, everybody. Okay, let's try to remember that, that part. Okay, Francisco created an example, and it's a great example. Let's write it on the screen. Give me a second, guys, another color. Okay, I play the guitar. The guitar is played by me. Okay, that's a great example, Francisco. As you can see, in the first sentence in active voice, I am important in the sentence. If I don't use a subject in active voice, the sentence is not correct, or the sentence is not complete. Play the guitar. It doesn't make sense. I play the guitar. It makes sense. But in passive voice, if we mention the one who does the action or not, is not important, guys, because the focus of the sentence is on the action and the receiver of the action, okay? The guitar is played. And that's it. And the sentence makes sense. But we have the option to say, oh, the guitar is played by me. So we have the option, everybody, to mention the doer or the agent or not, okay? These are sentences, guys, as you can see, these are common sentences that we use in simple present. Why simple present, guys? Active voice sentence is simple present. Then in passive voice, because the sentence is in simple present, we use the verb to be in present, okay? If we use simple past or a grammar tense in past, we have to use the verb to be in past. If we use in a perfect tense, for example, present perfect, so we have to use the auxiliary of present perfect, and we have to use the verb in past participle as we use it in present perfect. If we use a sentence in active voice in past perfect, so we have to create the passive voice sentence also in that tense, okay? The most important thing you have to remember, guys, is that we change the subject to and the object, okay? When we have an active voice, we change the order in passive voice. Let's check more examples, guys. I think this is important, okay? First of all, what's important to know about passive voice in simple present? Please, Ele, help me reading this part.
Okay, passive was simple present. The present simple passive passive tense is used to talk about a regular or habitual action when the subject is not important or unknown. Subject plus am, is, are, plus past participle, plus by, plus agent. Example, the book is studied by many people.
Right. Okay. Actually, guys, simple present have almost the same uses in active voice. In active voice, you talk about routines, you talk about frequency activities, you talk about general truth. So, guys, when we use a simple present in passive voice, they have almost the same use, okay? In this opportunity, we have the book is studied by many people. Many people study in one book, everybody, or many people read a book. But what is important about this, everybody? Something important is the action and the receiver, the object of the action, or the receiver of the action, I'm sorry. Okay, so they are important. Then, guys, many people is not important and it's unknown. So we don't know who are that many people. I don't know if many people is talking about Christian, L, Diego, Griselda, Doris, and Francisco. I don't know if many people is talking about all of us or only 3 people of us or another people that is not in the class. So we don't know, guys. It's unknown, okay? In that case, everybody, we can omit talking about the doer or the agent of the sentence. The book is studied, and that's it. And the sentence makes sense. Okay, it's possible. But if you want to mention the subject or the agent of the sentence, you can do it in passive voice. Okay, it's possible. Let's continue now with our next thing. Okay, give me a second. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's practice the next thing. Can you help me with this part, Griselda? The example in this information. Hello, Griselda.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry.
Can you read the example, please?
Okay. Passive voice. Simple present. The robbery is investigated by the police. The speaker doesn't mention the agent because the verbs obviously refers to the police.
Okay, very good. Well, I tried, everybody, I tried to eliminate the agent or the doer of the action by the police. I tried to eliminate it. Why? Look at this comment. The speaker doesn't mention the agent because the verb obviously refers to the police. I have a question for all of you guys. Who investigate the robbery and all criminals here in El Salvador?
Police.
The police. So as you can see, guys, the doer of the action, it's obvious, okay? So we don't have to make, in this case, everybody, I said before that the doer, you can mention the doer or not, okay? So it's optional if you want to say it or not, okay? But when it is obvious, everybody, it's better not to use it, okay? So don't use it if it is obvious. Of course, everybody, you can create an example. I will create an example about soccer because I really like soccer, guys. So my example is, give me a second. The soccer player give me a second, guys. Was injured. Okay. The soccer player was injured. Now, everybody, I have a question. What is the possibility, or what is the possibility that another soccer player injured the first soccer player? What is the possibility? Do you think that is that possible? Do you think that another soccer player make a fault to the first soccer player in the sentence, and that's the reason why he was injured?
Yes.
It's possible, right? And it's obvious because if they are in a match, if they are in a soccer match, so obviously one soccer player came and made a fault, and then the first soccer player got injured. So the soccer player was injured by another soccer player. It's obvious, guys, and it's too redundant. So it's better not to mention it, okay? In some cases, guys, when the verb obviously refers to a specific person or a specific institution, as the police, don't say it, okay? Don't mention it, okay? Very good. Now, everybody, well, this is our example in this opportunity. But now, when we are talking about simple present, now everybody, let's pay attention to the use of simple past. Oh, guys, before we move to simple present, I want you to check the following thing. When I ask you about historical places, guys, I ask you different questions. Guys, yes, I am curious, but my questions were not because of that. My questions were because of the use of simple past. I don't know, guys, if you noticed, but I noticed that you used passive voice and you didn't know about it. You didn't know about passive voice, but you use it. I ask you, what do you know about the Eiffel Tower? Oh, teacher, the Eiffel Tower, give me a second. The Eiffel Tower is considered a tower of love. Okay, Diego, is this a sentence in passive voice?
Yes, because
Yes.
the Eiffel Tower is receiving.
Why?
I don't know
Why?
how to explain it, but
Don't worry, okay. But let's try to answer. Why or how do you know that the sentence is in passive voice? How do you know that the sentence is in passive voice, Diego?
because I'm talking about the subject.
Okay. How do you know, Diego, that we are talking about that the sentence is in passive voice?
Yes, it can be by the structure of the sentence.
Okay, because of the structure. Okay. How do you know, Doris, that the sentence is in passive voice?
Maybe because it has the structure that we used to use.
That we have to use,
And
of course. Uh-huh.
because the act, well, we are talking about the Eiffel Tower, and the thing that we are saying is about the subject. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, well, Diego and Doris, you were partially right because you mentioned the structure. As you can see, something important about the structure of passive voice is that we use the verb to be, am, is, are, and the verb in past participle. In this case, Francisco, are we using verb to be and past participle in that sentence?
Yes, I
Yes.
see. Yes.
Okay, and now, guys, look at this. You told me that sentence. One of you told me that sentence. I will not say who told me the sentence, but Griselda, thank you. Okay, one of you told me this sentence, and you didn't know what was the passive voice. Or I mean, we didn't study this topic before, and you create a sentence. So great job, guys. Okay, we will continue right now with the next structure. It's, well, we have like around 15 minutes to study simple past. We will do it. Okay, now pay attention to this part. Francisco, can you read this information?
Okay, teacher. For passive voice and simple past, the past simple passive tense is used when referring to a single completed action in the past. Focus. For passive voice, we need to subject plus was or were plus past participle plus by plus agent. Example, the building were destroyed by the fire.
Nice job. As you can see in this part, the focus of the sentence is on the effect, not on the cause. In active voice, we could say that the cause of something or the cause of the problem is important. The fire, okay? In this sentence, guys, the fire was the cause of this problem. The fire, what did the fire do? The fire destroyed the building. That's in active voice, okay? You know, active voice. The fire destroyed the building. Okay, that's so sad. But in passive voice, the cause of the problem is not the action, but the effect. It's important. Okay, the buildings were destroyed. Okay, what was the result? Sorry, what was the effect, or what was the result at the end? That the buildings were destroyed. Okay, you gave me another example, guys, talking about a simple past in passive voice. I asked you about different historical places, and you told me, one of your classmates told me, the Colosseum was visited the Colosseum was visited because of the gladiator shows or the gladiators fights. Okay, that was your example, everybody. The Colosseum was visited. Who visited the Colosseum? Oh, many people. So the Colosseum was visited by many people because of the gladiators fights. Okay, as you can see, well, it's kind of obvious that people visited the Colosseum because they went to watch a show. So as you see, everybody, we are talking about something in the past. And we are talking about not the cause. The cause of the visit are the gladiator fights. So many people visited the Colosseum because of the gladiator fights. That was the reason, the cause of many people coming, or yeah, many people going, because I am not in Italy, sadly. But that was the reason why many people went to the Colosseum, the gladiators fights. But we are not talking about the cause, the reason. We are talking about the effect. The Colosseum was visited. The result. What was the result, everybody? That the Colosseum was visited. The reason is not important. It depends on you guys if you mention it or not. Okay? So then, everybody, as you can see, we are talking about we are talking about passive voice in simple past. Okay, simple past. So if you go to Wikipedia, everybody, you will check that in some of these places, for example, if you look on Wikipedia, the Colosseum, you will see some examples about passive voice over there. If you look for Machu Picchu, so you will read some examples talking about Machu Picchu in passive voice. Not all sentences, guys, but you will see some examples. If you look some information about Chichen Itza, so you will read some examples in passive voice, okay? Obviously in English, you know. So as you can see, passive voice is important when we talk about history, when we talk about art, when we talk about different things that happened, that happened, of course, in the past. And in some cases, guys, it's possible to read examples in present. As we read, or as we said, the example about the Eiffel Tower that is considered, okay? So we can also use these kind of examples. But now, everybody, we will focus on history, okay? This unit is based or is focused on history. Now, everybody, check an example about the Coliseum, okay? Please, we will listen in this moment to, okay, Griselda, help me reading this example, please, about simple past.
Okay. Passive voice, simple past. The Colosseum was built between 72 and 80 at
Okay, and 80 AD, okay, AD.
80.
So very good.
80.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice. Okay, as you can see, okay, this is information about the Colosseum, real information, guys. So you can go to Google and you can look for this information. It's real. Okay, so as you see, guys, the Colosseum was built. Who built the Colosseum, guys? A lot of people. I don't know how many people did it, but a lot of people built it. But the focus of the sentence is not on the people. The focus of the sentence, guys, is on the action and the receiver. The Colosseum was built. Okay? So then, as you can see in these examples, if we mention the agent or the person who did the action, it's not important, or it is unknown. Okay? So if you use it or no, guys, it's optional. In some cases, it's optional, guys. If the answer or the doer or the agent is obvious, don't use it, guys. But if you want to use it, try to do it, guys, in some examples, not in all of your examples. Now, before we move everybody to our next activity, do you have any question about this topic? No, teacher, this is easy. No questions? Okay. So we need to practice Right now, everybody, we have 8 minutes to practice. So if we finish, great. If we don't finish, no problem, guys. Right now, we will try to practice the use of passive voice in simple present. Remember that when we create sentences in simple present, we have to use the correct form of the verb to be as we use it in simple present. Am, is, are. Okay? For example, we have sentence number 1. The documents, the verb print. What do you think is the correct sentence in passive voice? Let's see. Ele, what do you think is the correct sentence?
Print the document.
Printed documents? Not really. So remember, right now we have to create a sentence, okay? We have to use the object, the verb to be, and then the verb in past participle. So let's see. Question for everybody. What is the object of the sentence?
The document.
Very good. The documents?
The document is print.
Okay, pay attention. Documents is singular or plural?
Are.
Ah, okay. We use the verb to be are. And what is the verb in past participle?
Printed.
Being printed.
Printed, okay, ed. And that's it, guys. In this opportunity, we don't have the agent, so we don't have the person who print the documents, but the sentence makes sense, okay? Very good, okay? Now, everybody together. Let's do it, everybody together. The window open. So what is the sentence in passive voice?
The window is opened.
Nice, okay, you got it. The window is opened. Very good. Now, my next sentence is for Doris. Doris, the shoes by. What do you think is the correct sentence in passive voice?
We can use simple present and past, and simple past, or just one.
Only simple present.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, okay?
The shoes are the verb, both.
Very good. The shoes are both. Okay, well done. Now, please, Francisco, help me with example 4. The car wash. What do you think is the correct sentence in passive voice, simple present?
The car is washed.
Very good. The car is washed. Okay, nice. Well done. Griselda, next example. Ooh, give me a second. Okay, the leader throw away.
Mm.
Litter is garbage, okay?
The little I don't know, teacher.
Okay. Let's try, okay? Let's give a shot. Question. The litter, as I said, a synonym could be garbage. Question, Griselda. The litter is singular or plural?
It's plural.
Plural. Litter is plural?
Singular?
It's singular. So what do you think is the correct form of the verb to be in singular? Is. So now, this is a question for everybody because I know it's difficult. What is the correct form of the verb throw in past participle?
Thrown.
Thrown. Okay, how do you spell it, Francisco?
THRAWN.
AWN.
No. It's ASTHO. It's mean O,
THO.
¿verdad?
Yeah,
Yes,
THRO.
that's
Thrown.
correct.
The letter is thrown. Guys, you are right. Okay, that's the correct form of the verb throw, but in past participle. Okay, well done. Okay, as you can see, it was kind of it's kind of easy, guys, but if we practice, so we have to practice, everybody. That's why, okay, we will stop over here because it's almost time to go. I will send you the link of this activity, guys, for you to practice. If you want, you can practice. Also, you will have more activities on the platform. So everybody, let's check our presentation for today. Let's check what is our homework for tomorrow. Okay, give me a second. Let me show you. Okay, very good. Pay attention to it, guys. Remember that today we are starting Unit 3. It means, everybody, that we have to complete, or we have to start Unit 3 activities. 3.0. It's really worth seeing. Then, everybody, we have to continue practicing vocabulary, grammar. And for tomorrow, guys, we have to finish in activity 3.2.4. Okay? Yes, guys, there are a lot of activities in this unit, but it will help us, everybody, to understand a little bit more about the use of passive voice, okay? So please continue practicing at home. I sent you the link on the Zoom chat. If you want to enter or you want to copy the link, guys, and you practice tomorrow, it's okay. Just please, everybody, try to practice. Remember that this kind of topics, guys, I consider, guys, that some of them are confusing. But if we practice, guys, we will get it, okay? So continue practicing, guys, and you will get it. You will see, okay? And if you need help with any of these activities, so you can text me on the WhatsApp group, and I will try to help you, or any of our classmates can help us, okay? Everybody, it was a pleasure to be with you in this class. I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care, okay? Have a good night.
Okay, teacher, have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Good
teacher. See
night.
you
See you.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.